What's up, bladers of YouTube? Yes, your eyes do not deceive you. This is a video about an HMS dranzer. And not just any, but a black dranzer HMS. I've been hunting this bay down for quite some time now. I did notice that the bay wasn't in the best of conditions, but I went ahead and I bought it anyways. It's been in a few fights, a few battles. You guys can see some of the wings, like the wings on my dranzer are kind of, I wouldn't say they have damage to them, but they're not fully chipped. They're kind of, the plastic is kind of forming from damage. It's kind of moldy, bending in certain ways. You know what I mean. There is some oxidation under the rings, but that's to be expected. I did get this bay overseas from Europe. I believe I paid €260 around there, and then some for shipping. So wasn't the very cheapest of bays, but the only other way I could get this Beyblade is if I buy a dual pack with a second Beyblade, HMS of course, and a stadium. But I wasn't going to go for that because I don't have that kind of cash and I don't have those kind of pockets. But anyways, I wanted to showcase not just this HMS dranzer, but also another black dranzer. Yes, but this dranzer, if you guys could tell, is not legit. This dranzer here actually comes from a repro seller that builds and sells these. The seller's name is Jawa's Junkyard, if you guys are familiar. And he actually builds really good quality bays. Overall, I do like the bay. I have used it for a spin test, but I have not battled with this bay specifically. I have plenty of other HMS that I could showcase and that I have battled with, and I will not be battling with this dranzer. This is why I bought this dranzer. So I will sticker this dranzer up, and it does come with stickers. I just don't have any of them on. And I will sticker this one up and I will use it. And this one will go into my collection with the rest of my other bays. And I also have my original dranzer. These stickers are not fully original. These are repro stickers. I purchased these for I think $10 and restickered my Beyblade. So as you guys see, these running cores on these HMS Beyblades are similar. And on the black dranzer that I had bought is more sharp. It is a whole flat, which indicates that this specific model is Takara Tomy. This doesn't mean that this is Takara Tomy, it's just the way that it was made. And most people don't have the information out there since it was fairly limited back then and we didn't have all the knowledge. But the difference between these two running cores is this one is a whole flat and this one is a flat with a sharp tip. So they both have mode changes, which let me see. Yeah, which are easy to change. So that's an aggressive mode, and I can reopen it and release the tip, and it's in a stamina mode. Fairly overall, I've never tested the stamina and the attack mode on the Takara Tomy version, but I will showcase that today. I really do like the sharp tip on this one. It's a bit more pointy than I would say the Hasbro one. Whoops, if it focuses. There you go. More sharp. Whoops. It's about the same, but it's a little bit more sharp on the Takara Tomy. but overall they perform fantastic. And without further ado, I guess I'll give you guys a spin test and then a full breakdown of the bay after the spin test. So first I'm going to launch it in stamina mode, and I have my launcher here, so let's give it a spin. Three, two, there we go. Very balanced, very nice. And I think in stamina mode, dranzer HMS could spin for around 3 minutes, but I won't let it go on for 3 minutes. It's just a showcase. Very nice. And I will put it into a tack mode, which will give it more of an aggressive movement. And let's see. Yeah, it's very, very, very aggressive. Ooh. Whoops. Okay. Overall, the performance from Hasbro to Karatomi, the way they move, is fairly similar. I don't see much of a difference. To me, at least. Most people might say, "Oh, well, it doesn't move as of aggressive." Maybe it doesn't. Yeah, you're right. Maybe it doesn't because it's still more sharp than it would originally be on a Hasbro flat version. But other than that, it's actually nice. Now let's get down to tearing down the Beyblade and seeing all the parts. So let's remove the bit chip. And this is official. A2. Flip over here in the back. It's a little, whoops. It's a little corroded from overseas, but hey, you get what you pay for. Also A3, which are indications of the stamps. And the way you could always tell that you have an official weight disc from HMS is if you see these circles in a pattern, and they always line up in a specific pattern, and that way would be a way to tell. Hence wise to something like Jawa's Junkyard, which has markings and the placements of the, I would say, what is this? The little cutoff, whoops, it was not focusing. The little cutoff parts for the factory where they took off the rings, they don't quite match up. They don't look the same. And this little indentation, obviously you could see that. That is the ring and the running core. My running core is not in very good condition. I've seen some of the damage on it. I bought it like this, so it doesn't affect the bay at all. It's just my running core has some slight damage to it. You could see it right there on camera. It's kind of hard if it will focus. It's slightly dented right there. But to me, it's perfect. It performs mode changes like nothing. There you go. Performing mode changes from flat and to back to sharp. Performs very, very, very nice. Other than that, let's get this bay back assembled. Other than that, I would like you guys to drop any comments, questions, concerns. Would you like to see more? Also, I have more than just plastic gen. I have various amounts of different generations of Beyblade. I will also be doing a separate video on another HMS Beyblade that is a repro for a dranzer HMS, and that would be this one, a dranzer metal flame. Yes, very, very nice. This is something I couldn't afford because, you know, this is a very expensive bay, especially if you were to find one in box. These go from anywhere from 1,000 and 800, I would assume, as far as I've seen. So these bays are not very cheap, but I did not spend a fortune because once again, this is a repro and this Beyblade is from Benchblade. So if you guys are wanting and willing to see another video, I will have no problem cracking this open and showcasing you guys and assembling this and spin testing. And yes, I will be using this specific HMS for battles. I don't have a purpose to keep it sealed. I don't have a purpose to try to keep it in good condition because they are repros and they are meant to be used. Be that as it may, some people might not agree, but to me, I think that if you want to have fun and have the HMS experience, you go with one of two products. You can go with Jawas Junkyards for the HMS qualities, which to me I would say is very good. I would also make videos on this if you guys are interested. Very stiff. The Beyblade doesn't move much. It is a very solid HMS Beyblade. I also have a red dranzer from Jawas Junkyard, which doesn't move quite much either. And I've used those in a few battles, I'd say. Maybe 4-7 battles at the most. And the stickers that do come with the Jawas Junkyard Bay are also very nice. And I will be stickering this up soon. But anyways, you guys tell me in the comments if you want to see this video. And I will go ahead and drop it. And that is all. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for checking out my channel. I will be doing more Beyblade content. But for the meantime, I want to start building my collection again because it's been a very long time since I've been collecting bays, buying, getting back into the hobby. But other than that, if you guys want to see different content from maybe X, Burst, HMS, Plastic Gen, or if you guys just want simple videos of me breaking down Beyblades, explaining, then we could also do that too. And spin tests or battles if you guys are interested in that. But go ahead and leave it in the comments. Thank you for watching.